Cool, so let's have a look at how we go about building up a track in the studio.
Right, man. Well, basically, I've got my drum groove here. And I'm basically going to just play a riff into Logic here. I've got the USB plugged straight in. I'm going to be playing kind of a drop tuning kind of a thing. Let's see what that sounds like. Right, now I've got my rhythm track. I'm going to put a little extra sound. Let's go for a little clean something. Let me see. Okay, I'll put a little bit of delay on there.
Nice.
All right, so I'll do a little rhythm track quickly. Here we go. Okay, let's have a little listen back. So I've got a rhythm track now and a riff as well. So I can solo that and just add some reverb, for example.
Sounds really nice with a panning delay.
Yeah. Okay, so with the riff now, sounds like this. Okay, so now I've got that. The other cool thing is, when I'm doing a solo, I can actually reamp. So that means I'm going to record it dry, the signal, and then I can tweak the sound after.
Okay.
That's pretty cool. So let me just dial up a little tone here. Let me just try this. It's a pretty dry tone. If I go here, I can just select it to record dry. So for example, here, I've got guitar dry, so I can still hear the tone, but it will record it dry. So let me show you that.
Cool.
Okay, so if we listen back to that, hopefully if I've done it right, it'll be dry. So the cool thing is now we can mess around with the tone after. So you can see I've just dialed in the reamp guitar. Now I can change the tone as we go. Like for example, I can just add a little bit of delay. Let's go to this section. Now you can hear it come in. So I can also even change the amp model as well. I'll just show you an example of that. So you can also change the gain and stuff as well. So just to give you an example.
Yeah. So you can basically, as long as you've got the performance captured, you can spend all day tweaking around until you get it just right. Well, that wasn't too shabby, so we can talk about it.
Thanks.
Okay, so you've done the reamping on the solo, but things get a lot cooler than that. You can actually do that on every single string, right?
Yeah. Well, if I arm all 8 tracks here, basically what that means is my solo, the wet, will come out on the first 2 channels, and then each string will have its own channel. So let's show you how that goes. Yeah, so you can see that each string has its own channel, and as I'm doing the different runs, it's actually going along as well. So let me just play that for you so you can hear exactly what's happening. Okay, so firstly the wet signal. So basically if I solo the tracks, you can hear the individual strings now. It doesn't sound so great when it's dry, but if I were to just take off some of the strings, you'll actually hear just that string, like the low string at the end. So that's actually a really cool thing. Basically, you could then go back in, change the amp, even change the guitar, and really mess with the sound.
So you could record it with a Les Paul model, for example, and then go back and decide, actually, that would sound cool with a telly.
Yeah.
Go back and record with a telly.
Yeah, totally. So, and obviously, when you're recording, you want to hear the wet. So you've got that at the top there, which is cool as well. So, awesome. Yeah. So actually, this is quite cool. If you load up the mixer window, you can actually see each string and the channel. So I'll just do a little lick here. See how they're going like that if I do a little sweep?
Alex, everybody knows how much you love a bit of guitar to MIDI.
Yes.
Do you want to show us your best soft synth action?
Yeah, kind of. Well, actually, what I was going to do is just show you a little bit of building up of the track with MIDI. So I'm going to start recording a bit of drums and then put like a bit of a bass line down and show you how you could build a track like that. All right, let's put some kick and snare. Okay, so let's just quantize that up a little. Okay, cool. So I've basically looped up my drum groove here, and I'm just gonna, again, I'm gonna be controlling the bass line directly from the software like this. Okay, let's give it a go. So now I've basically got the bass and drums. Sometimes I like to put like strings or something like that over the top. So I could do this. Get some edgy sounds. Let's have a go at that. Now, the other thing, rather than just kind of like, sequencing up stuff, something that I done recently that was really useful was basically kind of almost tabbing out like a melody or something for the notator. So let me just quickly show you how I've done that. On this song of mine, I've got a saxophone part, which I'm just playing the saxophone sound. But the main reason is not because I want to hear that tone. I want the actual saxophone player to play it, and it will score that out. So if I just hit this and go like that, you see, wow. I've actually got the whole part, and I can mess with that and transpose it and stuff, and just basically give that to the saxophone player, which I did the other day.
So you can write the entire track, give it to him so he can reference it and the music for it.
Yeah, basically, and it's a really cool way of learning how to score and stuff like that. So that's another really useful thing that I use the MIDI for as well. So.